Welcome to The Explainer. For years, in the world of enterprise AI, everyone's been telling you that you have two choices. You either build it from scratch or you buy it off the shelf. But what if that whole idea is a myth? What if that choice is actually a trap that's holding your business back? Today, we're going to break down a third path, one that could totally change the game. Okay, so let's just dive right in. The entire conversation around AI in business, for as long as I can remember, has been stuck on this one single question. It's dictated everything: how investors spend their money, how companies plan their products, all of it. Do you build or do you buy? But what if that's not even the right question to be asking? So, on one side, you've got the buy path. It's fast, it's easy, it feels familiar, just like signing up for any other software. And on the other side, there's the build path. Here you get total control, a solution that's tailor-made for your business, but man, it's a much, much heavier lift. The choice seems pretty black and white, right? Well, as we're about to see, it's anything but. Here's the kicker. What if both of these paths actually lead to a dead end? Especially now, in this new era of what people are calling agentic AI. AI that can actually think, reason, and act on its own to solve really complex problems. What if this whole choice between building and buying is just a false dichotomy? Let's dig into why the old way of thinking is completely broken. So, let's talk about the buy option first. It seems so simple, but when you look under the hood, there are some serious hidden costs. First off, your sensitive data leaves your control. That's a massive compliance nightmare right there. Plus, you get locked into this super rigid tool that only does one thing. And honestly, you're probably paying a premium for a product that's going to be a cheap commodity in no time. Is that really a smart bet? Okay, so what about building it yourself? Well, that's often not much better. We're talking a long, super expensive journey with zero guarantee it'll even work. And way too often, what you end up with is some niche tool that only your developers can use, and it never actually delivers on that huge promise of transforming the business. So, if both options are a mess, what do you do? All right, if buy is a trap and build is a dead end, where does that leave us? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. We need to stop asking the wrong question. This whole choice between building and buying, it's a false one. It's time to move on. And this right here, this is the key insight. The old models just can't keep up with modern AI. You can't just buy a fixed off-the-shelf solution, and you definitely can't afford the time and money to build every single thing from scratch. You need a third way, a single system that actually gives you the best of both worlds. So what does this new third way actually look like? Well, it's not just another product, and it's not just another platform. It's something bigger, a true enterprise operating system for AI. Think of it like a foundational layer that gives you the speed of buying and the raw power of building. This is a totally new way to think about AI, and frankly, it could be a massive game changer. So, this idea of an enterprise operating system sounds great, but how does it actually work? Well, it's all built on a 5-level stack, and each layer is designed to solve a very specific piece of the puzzle. Let's break it down, layer by layer. Way down at the bottom, at level 1, you have the core IP. You can think of this as the system's unique high-performance engine. It's the secret sauce, the proprietary agent frameworks, the memory systems, all the stuff that makes everything else possible and gives it a real long-term competitive edge. Okay, next up, level 2, the platform. Now, if level 1 is the engine, then level 2 is the factory floor, complete with all the tools and parts you could ever need. This is your build layer. It gives your teams the power to construct any custom AI solution they can dream up, all running on that powerful core engine. Now this is where things get really cool. Level 3 is the Enterprise Strategy Agent, or ESA. This is the bridge that finally connects building and buying. Think of it like the flagship car model that rolls right off the assembly line. It's a powerful, pre-built solution that's designed for complex research and analysis, and it gives you like 80% of what you need right out of the box. Building on that, level 4 is the pure buy experience. These are basically specialized versions of that flagship car, each one tuned for a specific job. You might have an off-road model for drug discovery or a sleek sports model for market research. They feel just like simple, ready-to-use products, but they're all still built on that same flexible, powerful platform. And finally, tying this all together is level 5, the enterprise configuration layer. And this is absolutely key for any big company.
It lets you park that car in your own garage, use your own fuel, which is your data, and set your own rules of the road. This layer delivers the control, the compliance, and the trust you absolutely have to run AI at scale.
So what does this all add up to in the real world? When you put all 5 of these layers together, how does this new model actually stack up against those old, broken choices we talked about? Let's take a look.
I mean, just look at this. The unified system really does give you the best of both worlds. Instead of a rigid, fixed product, you get what's called a fungible orchestration, which is a fancy way of saying a flexible system that you can reshape for a ton of different jobs. It gives you immediate value just like a buy solution, but it's also endlessly extensible like a build platform. You get all the control you need without any of the crippling compromises of the old way.
So what's the bottom line here? The future of enterprise AI isn't about choosing one or the other. It's about having a single unified system that lets you buy when you need speed and build when you need power. It's that simple.
So, as we head into this next era of AI, the question isn't whether you should build or buy anymore. The real question is, are you building on the right foundation? Are you ready for an actual operating system for intelligence?